Are you ready for the most kick-ass sports show ever? Introducing Kevin the Drumming Sex Appeal. Matt the All-Star Athlete. Tim the Red Bell Pepper kind of guy. Manny who misses the layup. And Otis from back at the barnyard. This is the Wildcasters.
All right, everybody.
Let's go.
We're back.
Fuck up.
We're back, and we're talking, as Manny alluded to, and as I got my sweater on, Kev's got his.
That's right. We're doing another cricket segment. Hey, Chicago.
Yeah, the Chicago Cubs can't hit today. So,
What do you mean? Oh, check out the stats today.
Oh, I would love to examine the stats, which I will happily present.
You said today. Check them out for today.
If you guys couldn't tell, we're doing another baseball segment.
Yeah, so this is
Check them out
baseball,
for today.
more specifically our White Sox and the Cubs. And we're gonna today. Yeah, you won a game against the Braves, who are a very good team. I'll give that to you. You know, you get hot and the problem with your offense is you're only scoring via the home run, which was a problem with our offense last year, which is a problem with the Twins' offense every year. And when you can only score via the home run, you're going to run into trouble, especially in the playoffs. So, but let's get into this. Let's check the standings real quick, see what's going around. Oh, yeah, thank you, Jimmy. We lost. Yeah, we lost 7-5. I think in Boston.
We are horrific bullpen again.
Because Cody Hoyer won the game.
Didn't he say that would be a reason why they would win?
Yeah, he said the bullpen was good, and I told you to say the bullpen was bad, and you didn't say the bullpen was bad. I was the only one who was actually competent, and the White Sox fan base who said our bullpen isn't going to be as good as as people are projecting it. Okay, so we've got.
How's Lance Lynn been doing?
He's been doing really good.
He
threw a
has not
complete game
given up a
shutout.
run.
Yeah, he's through a complete game. He's been a very good addition. But anyway, we've got
Shout out Mr. Pauly.
the Yankees are last in the American League.
Like the first time
The Red
in
Sox are a
40 years.
surprise.
Yeah, and the Red Sox. Well, the Red Sox aren't really a surprise because every year they've won the division. They finished last.
Yeah, but I really thought they would go straight downhill, losing Mookie.
I mean, Nathan Eovaldi is suddenly reviving his career, and he's a top of the line pitcher. You have guys like Devers. He's second in the league in home runs right now. Vasquez is one of the best catchers in the game.
I'm not much of a baseball.
Rondell sucks ass.
Bro, I don't know.
That was the worst trade
You
ever.
said that they thought they were going to go down the second they lost Mookie Betts. I feel like baseball's not really a sport where one dude could make that much of a difference.
I mean, that's tough to say, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's definitely credibility to that statement. So I mean, it really
It's not,
is.
it's not like
Baseball is the ultimate team
basketball
sport.
where the dude's constantly on.
Not as football
Or
or baseball.
Right. So we've
Baseball
got.
is by far the ultimate team sport.
You just said basketball.
I said baseball.
So we've got.
I said basketball.
Okay, let's get back to the standings. So we've got the Red Sox, who are the second team to reach the 10-win mark. The Dodgers were the first. You have the Orioles. Everyone else in the AL East is below 500. You have the AL Central right now. The Royals are leading, which just won't last long, and everyone else is pretty much mediocre. Then you have the Mariners at 9-5, who always start off hot. To be
You
completely
guys
honest,
are 6-8.
we're 6-8, and the Cubs are 6-8 as well. The Astros are at
Sucks for
the
you
bottom
guys.
of their division, and they're getting booed still, so that is funny. That's
Thank
good
God.
to see. The Mets are in the first in the division, which again won't last long.
Did you see Grandy's Evis?
Yeah, he threw a 51-mile-an-hour pitch. Then the Twins threw in their.
Oh, I just watched a video on that Granky dude. He's so fucking weird.
He's a weird guy.
I like him. He's like my new favorite player.
Yeah,
He's a good pitcher though.
Is the ground projected to play on the 21st?
And then again, the NL Central is pretty mediocre. It's pretty sad that the Pirates have as many wins as the two Chicago teams.
I'm going to see Jake with
Oh,
the
the
ground.
Pirates bad?
Yeah,
The Pirates are essentially a minor
destroy you.
league team.
Please.
And then you have the Dodgers, who are 12-2, which are just going to run away with the regular season crown for wins, and they might even break a single season record for wins in a season because they're
Even
just
in the shortened
insane.
season?
Oh no, it's
No,
162.
Oh,
We're back to
okay.
162.
Okay.
How much
this
is
year.
basketball? 60?
82.
If that team
This
can stay
season's
healthy,
72 though.
if that team can stay healthy, they're insane.
Well, I mean, again, their problem is with Dave Roberts overmanaging in critical moments, and in the playoffs, everything is just a little bit different. But okay, let's get into our two local teams. We'll start with Manny. You've been kind of quiet all night. What have you seen from your Cubs? You were at a couple games. What was that being back at the ballpark like, at least?
Being back at the ballpark is something fun. Last time I was there was, 2019, 2 years ago. It's fun just getting to see the balls fly over you, everybody getting hit in the face.
How was being in a tub? Was that good?
Aren't you used
Just
to
the
the
balls
balls?
flying over you and hitting you in the face. That's where we were going, and you stole our joke. But that's
Wait, what?
You just said, "Oh, it's great to see balls flying over me and landing on my face," or something like that.
Wait, that was a joke that Kevin said?
No, he just interrupted out of nowhere. But go back on. What was it?
Yeah, it was fun. The Cubs, I saw Javier Baez, he hit a home run. Willie hit a home run. Speaking about Willie, everybody's starting to hit Willie. I know you gave him crap that one time he got hit. The Brewers, I just read something that the Brewers, or that pitcher that hit Willie, in the last 12 games that he's played, he's hit him 8 times, and then the one time in the head.
What does that say about your team?
What
Sounds to me like this pitcher really doesn't like this guy.
No one in the MLB likes him. He's a cocky asshole.
Wilson Contreras?
Yeah, he literally basically flipped off the bench after his homer.
Hell
Yeah, because you...
Milwaukee Brewers fans, and then the next
Exactly.
game you get
Look, did you
shut
not hear
out.
what I said? Okay, that Brewers, I can't remember if it was the Brewers or that pitcher, hit...
Peralta.
Yeah, he hit Willie 8 times in the last 12 games.
Mhm.
One of them was in the head. I have a video, it was like, whoa. And then the second time, the second time, which was like the next game, he aimed up high near the head, just missed him. And then literally a pitch later, he hit him in the shoulder.
Mhm.
So then that's when he was like, yo, fuck you guys, fuck everybody. I'm about to hit a home run right here. And then he hit a home run.
Yeah, and there's a reason why pitchers throw at him.
Because they keep hitting him.
Because they're so
What do you
afraid
mean?
of him hitting the ball, they just let him get
No,
on base.
because he's a cocky asshole.
How is he cocky?
He literally, that's his thing. He literally shushes people after every homer.
Well, yeah, how's that being cocky?
Tim Anderson does.
Even when you're getting shit on
Tim
Oh,
Anderson
good.
does that.
all the time.
Running the bases as he comes to third, he quiets.
But does he do it to the bench?
Yeah.
Does it to everybody.
So, is he
But
still
I just
cocky?
kind of want to point out that you guys have literally went in that circle of how is he cocky, and then did a shift thing, and then you talk for a little bit, and then you're like, how is he cocky, and then you said that you did that 3 times, so you just went in a circle 3 times.
Thank you. Yes, let's stop that. Okay. What else what do you see about the Cubs as a baseball team so far?
Well, so far as a baseball team, obviously the hitting isn't there, but today was a different story. Hopefully today is something they could turn it on, reverse, you know.
They won 13-3 today over the Braves,
How
or
many-
13-4
How many hits do
over
you
the
have?
Braves.
14?
Let's check real quick.
I'm gonna
yeah, the
I'm gonna
hitting-
prices right the hell out of you and say they had 15.
Let me
they had
guess.
14.
14? Yeah, but overall, the Cubs, I think they're bottom 3 in hitting right now. But also, I was also reading a stat that in the entire MLB in general is having a lower hitting. The average is...
Pitching has been dominant so
The
far.
average right now for MLB right now is like at 225, and that's the lowest since like 150 years. But still, you don't want to be batting down low. But again, today they had 14 runs. Hopefully, they could turn it up for tomorrow and the rest of the season. Pitching so far has been considering we only have Jake Arrieta and Kyle Hendricks. I've been pretty happy with their pitching. Trevor Williams, he's pretty good. I saw him live. Yeah, the dude's pretty good.
Fifth starter has given up like 17 runs his last 2 starts.
And why you gotta be a dick?
Okay,
Just saying.
but is that what you got on the Cubs? Now, Kev, talk about your White Sox. What's going on?
And then what? Do you get to talk about your?
They
White
are
Sox?
very much struggling in the bullpen. They have one of the best starting pitching in the AL, which I'm very happy about. I did not think they'd be doing this well. I mean, really, our only problem is Cease, and I think he'll get better.
I thought you just said the bullpen was the problem.
I just said our starting is getting better.
Oh, okay.
Our starting pitching is doing very well. Giolito's dominant. Lance Lynn, I did not think would be. I mean, I knew it was good, but I didn't think he'd be doing this well.
Again, it's such an early sample size, so you can't say these trends are going to last the entire
I know,
year.
and okay, you could say that Keuchel's issues are not going to last.
Right.
because he's been having issues. So it's scary that our starting rotation could be better.
Or it could be worse.
Yes, but it isn't. And yes, our bullpen is obviously our biggest problem. I really thought we'd be. Bummer has been a surprise. Crochet has been a surprise. Foster, no.
This is wrong already. But go on.
What?
No, go on.
Bummer's been horrible this year.
Due to errors.
See, the fun.
He lost his
How
first
many runs has he given up?
earned or unearned?
Earned.
Earned? Like 6.
That's not good. When he
Yeah.
only pitched 1 inning.
And you know how many runs he's given up?
Hmm.
Like 10. Because our defense is atrocious. In the 2 games he came in, Madrigal screwed him both times. So Bummer is not the issue. It's the defense is the issue for him. Same thing with Crochet. Crochet is pitching very well. He just can't field his position. And that's not the defense hurting him, that's his personal defense hurting himself, but that's not a pitching issue. So,
Okay,
but
so
continue.
you're just going to roast Hendricks, who only has 1 blown save?
Yeah, and who's given up already 4 home runs, and he gave up like 3 home runs last year.
Isn't
Closers, as I explained in the analysis when we signed him, have 2 or 3 years in their career. There are only the very elite closers get to have a career with longevity. Craig Kimbrell had his 3 years, and now it seems like he's reviving that. He has looked better. But you have like Kenley Jansen. He's been dominant for the last couple of years, the last 10 years. You have Mariano Rivera, who was dominant his entire career. You have Alex Colomé, who has been a very consistent closer his whole career. But you look at Blake Trinan, where's Blake Trinan at?
Who?
Yankees?
No, he's on the Dodgers, and no one really knows. But he was the best closer in baseball
He was on the
the A's for 2
You're on the
years.
opposite side of the country, buddy.
Wade Davis. Where's Wade Davis?
Oh, he's on the Marlins.
Nope, he's back in Colorado. So
No.
but that's what I'm saying. Like you have these elite closers, and Wade Davis was the best closer in baseball, 2014, 2015. Blake Trinan was the best closer in baseball, 2016, 2017. Liam Hendricks was the best closer in baseball, 2018, 2019, or 2019, 2020. They don't get to last. Only the very elite closers get to last. And it was just kind of a dumb signing when we had a guy like Colomé who can consistently close games.
I don't know. I think once it gets warmer, our bullpen will turn it up.
See, the interesting thing about whenever we do these baseball segments when I'm on here is I get to hear Kev's opinion on the White Sox, and then I get to hear Matt's opinion
Which
on
are
the
2
White
completely
Sox.
different things.
Yeah, where there's like 9 times out of 10 they're the exact opposites, and then like Matt brings stats, and Kevin's like, well, I think, and then Matt's like, well, here's 6 numbers that prove you're wrong. Like,
Well, your guy Mancada is doing quite horrible with runners in scoring position.
I don't know why you roast him. It's like you have, just because I like
He's a
the
great
guy and
fielder.
I believe in him, like you have to hate on him or something. It's so weird. It's like you have a rivalry within our own team. I mean, the guy is
I
supposed
just
to be,
don't like
he's supposed
his
to be.
swing. It's horrific.
What are you talking about?
His swing is horrible. He has like the 2nd most strikeouts on our team.
Behind
He's
who?
like-
Behind who? Behind who?
Abreu,
Right. Which is
who has a
what?
problem in cold.
No.
Yeah.
No.
what?
I mean,
Okay.
he might not like the cold weather, but you can't just
How long-
automatically attribute that to it being cold.
How long has he played in Chicago? You think he's used? I think he'd be used to the cold by now.
Yeah, but he never starts off well.
Well, I think that's just.
And
because-
that's in
What
cold
about
weather.
when he set the home run record for April with 10 home runs?
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
2
what
of those
about
games
that?
were because of the Cubs.
No, this was his rookie season. No one has ever hit 10 home runs in a month before. He had like the best rookie month of all time.
Did he really? That was
Yeah.
his rookie year.
Yeah,
Wow.
but I mean, he was a 26-year-old rookie again.
Oh,
He played
okay.
professionally in Cuba and then came over. But anyway, Abreu, his problem is he's pressing because we no longer have Jimenez in the middle of our order. Even though we do have Mercedes, who looks like he can sort of replace
Houston
Jimenez,
infection.
who has replaced Jimenez up to this point, but it won't last a whole
That's
season.
Yeast
Yeast infection, Mercedes-Benz.
Why do you say yeast infection?
I don't know, it's just catchier. What's his real name?
What does that have to do with his
You're
name?
mean?
What's his real name? You're mean? Yeast infection. I don't know. They both start with Y.
Is that why you've been saying it?
Yeah, yeast infection, Mercedes.
So you're just gonna call every guy named Freddie fuck because they just both begin.
I
with
felt
a-
like he actually had a yeast infection. That's why Manny was saying that.
Yeast infections are a female thing. but-
Yeast infection.
Well, he does play on
Your
the
mean is
Sox,
a huge
and
reason
that's
why
it.
we
I
have
have
6
that
wins.
wins.
Well, no, I mean, realistically, we haven't been blown out in a game. Today, I guess, was the closest you can bring up to a blowout, but we 7-4. But I mean, we were 8-8 in the 8th inning when
we've been in all of our games.
Absolutely, and the bullpen has given away most of those, which the defense hasn't helped things. But though the defense was the problem early on, and then now it's sort of just the bullpen. And I mean, eventually we're going to work it out. But I took some notes from the first week of the White Sox season, so I don't know how relevant that this is. And it was horrible defense, okay? And that was Madrigal, who threw that ball away. I'll get to Robert in a second, who got hit in the head. But I mean, that was just one play. And then Adam Eaton misplayed 2 balls, and he doesn't know how to get a ball off a fence. So I mean, it was just horrible defense in that first week.
I have a serious question about Luis Robert. Is he unanimously going to be like a top 5 baseball player? Top 5, top 10? Unanimously.
Not of all time, but of
Maybe
Major League Baseball, yes.
What?
What?
He will be a top 10 player.
Unanimously. Like
what
top
is that?
5,
Like
top 10.
no one will think that he's not?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
He
sure
has to
Cub
be.
fans will see.
No, I'm saying wearing number 88, that's high standards. We have high expectations.
Yeah,
Remember
CD
what?
Lamb, he was really good.
Oh, shut up.
Lamb
Oh,
was
that's
good.
where you're going. You're
no,
gay
I'm
for
not,
that.
I'm not
Shut
talking
the fuck
about
up.
CD Lamb.
Yeah, you are.
No, I really was not thinking
So what
about
the fuck
CD.
is
Okay, let me get
And
back
she-
to this
yeah,
White Sox
Patrick
analysis
Kane,
because I'm the only
Michael
one who came prepared with actual notes, okay? Kopech and Crochet have looked great. Crochet not so much now, but Kopech has certainly looked phenomenal. I mean, I think I saw him throw 100 at least once. And I mean,
His fastball is insane.
He's given up. Well, I mean, he's not just relying on fastballs. When he first came to the big leagues, he was throwing 95% fastballs and 5% sliders. Now he's actually mixing it up, keeping hitters off balance, and this is coming off of 3 years with not playing baseball. So that's a phenomenal and really bright sign for the White Sox to see.
Comeback player of the year.
Injury for 2 years and then opted out last year. So then Crochet, I'm a little bit worried about his velocity being down because he's supposed to be throwing 100, 101, 102, and he's only thrown 98. And he has been warming up, so I think eventually he'll get there. But I just hope it's not an injury problem. Because if it is, we're screwed. I mean, if he has serious injury problems, like he's going to be a huge part of the bullpen and rotation. Keuchel didn't look too strong in his first couple starts. The bullpen, like I said, it's not horrible. I'm not going to say our bullpen is awful because it's even not. We're still middle of the pack, even though we've blown so many games. But it's not elite like everyone was saying in the preseason, which still just boggles my mind. Giolito was absolutely dominant in all of his starts, minus 1 or 2 mistakes. The one against the Angels was just the one mistake on the home run. But he's a phenomenal pitcher. He's a top 3 pitcher in baseball, and that'll be a segment for next week. I can make that argument. Cease, I think he's showing. I think there's people that want me to. Dylan Cease is showing just a lot of upside because he's battling through starts. He doesn't have the best control right now. He's struggling, but he's still getting.
Problem his entire career.
Which it has been, but I mean, he's still got electric stuff. As long as he's 25 years old, he still has great stuff. You can work with great stuff and develop, and Ethan Katz has done a great job already of developing our pitching staff. But he is battling through games. These aren't good starts, and he's leaving the game 1 run up, tie game. Like, that's all you can do, especially if you're walking 4 guys a game, and you're leaving with very limited damage. I'm worried about Moncada at the plate. Robert, he's been at least getting on base, but Moncada just kind of really looks lost right now. I really do believe he'll get it together. He hit 2 rockets today. Both were outs, but okay. Madrigal doesn't know how to run the bases. I don't know how. He got caught in a rundown. They actually threw the ball away, and we ended up winning because of it. But
I can't believe you actually wanted me to get him.
He just doesn't know how to run the bases.
Madrigal.
I like the aggressiveness on the base
what's
paths
his name?
so far for the White Sox.
So thank you for that.
We've been stealing a lot more bases. Tony La Russa likes to run. All the guys on our team can run. Timmy can steal bases. Luis can steal. Moncada can steal, and we're putting that to use once we get Angle back. Angle's one of the fastest players in the league.
In the biz.
Mercedes, we have to talk about Yermin Mercedes. He went 8 for 8 in his first plate appearances. And he's batting 500 right now, and he has some 450-foot bombs that he's hit. I mean, he's just a
I'm surprised nobody picked him up in fantasy.
Well, I hate the fact that everyone's, Yerman Mercedes is this breakout star. Where the heck did he come from? No, the guy has hit his entire career, be it in the minor leagues. But, I mean, he just can't play defense. Now he's our permanent DH, which is good, and I think he's the long-term DH solution because the kid can hit. This shouldn't be surprising to anyone. I mean, he led the league in spring training home runs like 2 years ago.
He's a good eye.
And the only reason he wasn't invited to the club is that was the year we signed Grandal and we had McCann backing things up. And McCann's a great catcher, but we just didn't have space for him on the roster. And now he's got his time, and he's showing why he's doing what he's doing. Now let's get into my roast session of the Cubs because it has to come.
It doesn't have to.
It has to come.
It has to.
It's going to be. Okay.
Let's
It's going
go.
to be Baez is the most overrated shortstop.
Before we get into that, you also mentioned the NCAA tournament. Baylor won. That's all.
Who pitched Gonzaga and Baylor?
No one
That's
gives
the
a
I'll wait.
stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Anyways, back to baseball.
The Cubs, in their last 6 home games, so this was the beginning of the season, and this was dating back to the playoff game that they had.
Oh, Kevin picked them.
In their last 6 home games, they had a 1-5 record, a 6 runs scored, a 128 team average, 23 hits, and 55 strikeouts. A stat for 2021, and this was of, last week. 2021 batting averages so far. NL pitchers, combined pitchers in the NL hitting 154. Cubs, 124.
He's just
Let
reading
me-
off memes.
That is pathetic.
Let me tell you something.
Jacob
How do you-
DeGrom.
Yeah, tell me something.
Hey, how do you feel that Jacob
How do you-
DeGrom is a better hitter than Javi?
Let me tell you, okay, you're roasting the Cubs and all that, but how does it feel that your team is tied with the same record that the team you're roasting?
Not bad at all, because we have played the Angels. We have played the best team in the AL right now with the Red Sox.
Aren't you guys one of the best teams in the AL too?
Yeah.
You guys should kind of be beating them too.
Not
It doesn't matter if they're one of the best teams.
If we played the Pirates already twice, those would be 6 guaranteed wins.
But I'm
I
saying
assure you that. I will put all my money that we sweep the Pirates this year.
Please.
We will eat. We might drop 1 game, but we're going to obliterate them when we play them. Just like we did last year when we beat them by an average score of like 9.5 to
When
2.
you're editing this.
9.5?
Yeah.
When Gino threw a no-hitter against them.
Because sometimes you score, here, you want to know how you get 9.5? You score 9, and then you score 10, and you take the average of that. That's how you get
I'm
9.5.
just trying to. Oh, okay, I see.
Okay.
I see.
And then, as of before today, this was
They have the same record as the Cubs.
this
They have the
was this
same
was
record as the
of
Cubs.
today, right before the games. This obviously the game wasn't included. With 59 hits, the Cubs have fewer hits than the Reds, Red Sox, Dodgers, Astros, White Sox, Angels, and Twins and Cardinals have runs.
RBIs. Wait, runs?
That is pathetic.
I mean, not really.
You get 3 runs, 4 runs in a baseball game. You're supposed to get 7 hits, so hits should be more plentiful.
I mean, we're
These
6 and
teams
8.
have more runs than you guys have hits.
Okay, but
That's ridiculous.
Oh wait.
Okay, obviously,
Oh wow.
there's a time.
Yeah, that clicks, and you're like, wow.
That
that's
goes to
bad.
Matt's
First off-
problem that all they're hitting is home runs.
So
Yeah.
first off, I admit that I even said it that the Cubs, they have been hitting terribly, but hopefully today they could turn things around. They've been hitting. There's been games where they only get 1 or 2 hits a game.
Right. They suck. They're just a bad team. I mean,
They
really.
still have the same record as the Sox. Let's just put that out there.
But if you no, we need to look at this because the last
Oh wow.
let's
He's
see,
rolling up the sleeves.
the last 9 games we have been better.
Huh?
What?
Your record in your last 9 games, I'm pretty sure, is 2-7. We are 5-4.
Well,
Our
I'm talking
record
about-
on the season is the same as ours.
Yeah, at the one. Yeah, it's about the season.
Wait. What did you say, Kev?
I said we have had a better 10 game. Okay, we'll call it 10 games. We
We
have
have
had a
10
better
games
10
to
game
stop
stretch than the Cubs.
And we have.
Oh, well, 2.
So we're getting better while you're getting worse.
We just
And
won.
that
13.
takes out the Pirates series.
We just
from-
won. 13 of 4.
Congrats, you won a game out of like 8.
We have 6 wins.
You've
the
jumped
same
from-
amount
you've
as you.
Once again, the last 10 fucking games, you guys have sucked ass.
We have the same record
You went
as you
from
guys.
nine-
That doesn't fucking matter. We're
That
getting
is
better.
So are we.
No, you're not.
We just won today. We had, what, 14 hits? We had 14 hits today.
I'm
That means
talking
we're
about
better.
not one game, 10 games.
Well, I'm talking about the entire season.
Take your last 3 games, because you can't just take one game in an MLB season and qualify that as a trend. You can definitely take 10. 3 is calling it a little bit short, but maybe 5 games. So Kevin has a valid point. I will say that in our last 10 games we're trending up and you guys are trending down. So.
Not
Which means,
necessarily.
and then when you
Yes.
say we have the same record, when you come to that conclusion, which is ultimately true, and you can't
It
debate
is.
that fact, we're both 6 and 8. But again,
I
you
didn't know
had
that. I thought you guys were
you had a
4
gimme
games above
series
500.
against the Pirates, and
I'd argue we don't have any gimme series. We're just
Every game in the NL Central is a give me game.
Is it?
no, shut up.
The NL
This is
Central
what
sucks.
happens.
No.
You can't be just completely biased, okay?
It
You have-
does.
Let me tell you something.
How do they all suck? The
The
Pirates.
Brewers are gonna suck. The
What does
Reds
that
are
mean?
gonna
What
suck.
does that mean? What does that mean? The Brewers are
It
going to
means they
suck.
choke every year,
In all the
which is a
baseball
fact.
segments, I'm just here to
Okay, so they go to the
I don't know what
playoffs.
I'm talking
That's a playoff team still.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They've been in the playoffs
Minus
like
last year, they've been to the playoffs the last 3 years before that.
That's why I'm not allowed
1 year.
baseball segments. Just get everybody.
At least 2. It was at least 2. They're a playoff caliber team.
Yeah.
Their lineup is good. They have Hyura. They have Yelich. They have Garcia.
Who is hurt.
Who, Yelich?
Yeah.
He's not hurt for a significant time. He's not going to be gone half a season.
They got the one
They
guy
have
back.
one of the best pitching staffs in
Who's the
baseball.
one guy they got back? Their
Yelich.
Jackie Bradley Jr. I mean, he
No,
came-
the other. Is that the?
Oh, Lorenzo Kane.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
coming
him.
back.
Yeah,
He's
he
old.
came back.
Yeah, he's getting old. I wouldn't qualify him as a great player. But the Brewers have, they're a very solid team. They have a great bullpen. They still have Hader. They still have Devin Williams. They have a great pitching staff. Corbin Burns, Brandon Woodruff, Freddie Peralta. I mean, they're a good team. You can't disrespect them. Then you have the Reds, who were supposed to make the playoffs last year, and who likely will. I won't say that. They won't likely make the playoffs this year. But they're at least going to be above an average team. They have a great hitting staff. They have Eugenio Suarez. They have Nick Castellanos. They have Joey Votto. They have Tucker Barnhart. He's a good hitting catcher. Nick Senzel is one of the best prospects in the game. And then their pitching staff is pretty good. Luis Castillo is one of the best pitchers in the game. You have Sonny Gray. They're a good team, so don't disrespect the Reds. Then you've got the Cardinals, who are a great team. They will win that division. And then
They
and then
also
obviously
got
the Cubs.
Nolan Arenado.
The Cubs aren't that good, but so you can't say the NL Central sucks. So don't. I mean, just like the AL Central, everyone was like, "Oh, it's going to be a gimme." It's not going to be a gimme.
It's not better than the AL Central though.
I wouldn't say that, but everyone in the preseason
nobody
was saying,
arguing that.
"Oh, it's just going to be the Twins and White Sox." I knew it was going to be a battle. Kansas City's rebuilding. I don't think they're going to win the division. They're in first right now. That's not going to last. But they're ahead of schedule in the rebuild by far. You have the Indians, who are just always going to be there in contention, fucking up shit. And then you've got the Twins, who we're competing with, and the Tigers.
Still
The Tigers
Indians?
are.
I thought they were.
They're changing after this year.
Oh, okay.
And I put in my name the Cleveland LeBrons. They should change their name to the LeBrons.
The football team?
No, Cleveland.
I
The
think it'd just be
Indians.
funny if they just went the Brown Cavaliers and they just use the other two teams. The mistakes on the,
The
wings.
Cleveland. the Cleveland.
There's some good
The
names.
Cleveland Redskins and then the Washington Indians. That'd be hilarious.
That would be funny and ironic. But we got a couple minutes left, so
Let me say
let's try to
something.
cover some other.
Let me say something. Kevin should be the last person that ever talks bad about the Cubs. Let me tell you why. Every time Kevin always comes after one of my teams, whether the Cubs or the Cowboys, I am always there to defend them. But every time I attack Kevin on either the Sox or whatever team he likes, he's always there hiding. Let me just put that out there for everybody to know. So you should not even be talking about it.
What about you when you didn't respond to the last 3 hobby highlights that I tagged you in?
When?
The past 3 days.
You did?
Because he sucks ass.
You also really,
Yeah.
you also really
What?
defend the Bucks.
And what?
in
Let me see.
basketball.
It's hysterical.
And
I'll
what?
show you after. He was
Show me.
literally Acuna scored on a ground ball to second to
How are you talking
short.
about that? You only sent me one video.
And then
He was on second
what
base.
about where it was a routine play and he just airmailed it onto fucking Sheffield
the
Avenue?
ball.
Okay, then what about
everybody?
What about
No,
no,
it doesn't.
it doesn't. I've
Yeah, it
never
does.
seen that in the major
It's
leagues
better than
before.
going like this
No.
and boom with the ball.
I will absolutely equate that. I will absolutely equate that because I don't think Robert will ever get hit in the head with the ball. I don't think Javier Baez will ever commit an error like that. So that was more of a joke. But the play yesterday, where it was a routine grounder to the left of him and he had to slide and roll over 3 times for dramatics, and then he scores. I mean, that's pathetic. He gives away games.
No, he doesn't.
He gives away games defensively. Yes, he does. I see it.
Great defensively.
No,
He
he's
also gives
not.
away games in the playoffs, hitting wise.
No.
Yeah, he does. You know what his average is in the playoffs?
Oh,
No, do you know what it is?
He has a ring to prove it.
But did he do well in that series? No.
Talk to the ring.
4?
What do you mean? It's a ring.
You have no ring.
Javier Baez does?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty clear that he was talking about Javier.
Yeah.
No, but he like put up 4 and like, what do you like?
Yeah, he's just
4
like,
rings? I'm
he's like
confused.
showing the ring.
Okay, but what did he hit in that series? Oh, .009.
Whoa, what series?
The World Series.
That's
He got
almost
one
accurate,
hit.
man.
Oh, World Series. Really? What happened?
Baseball's a
What happened?
What?
The Cubs
The
won.
Indians
Thousands
choked.
right now.
The Cubs won.
Okay.
They choked because the Cubs are so great.
I'm like 93%. It's
It's not,
insane.
you can't, it's not like they don't just give you a ring, you have to earn it.
Baez
Especially if
is
you're comes down 3-1.
Baez
It's not
is
like
the
Cleveland-
most
it's not
overrated
like- it's
shortstop
not like-
in baseball.
No.
No?
It's
Okay,
not
who
like
is?
Cleveland was like, hey yo, we're up 3-1. You know, we have other years to win. Let's just give it to the Cubs. No, the Cubs won it fair and square.
Answer my question.
Why
Who
would
is the
you-
most overrated shortstop in baseball?
I don't know.
Yeah, he wouldn't
Not-
know, but
not Javi.
It's
It is
Javi.
Javi.
Not Javi.
People
No,
think he's an
no, it's
MVP
not.
caliber player.
Listen, man,
Just
I'm
blows
just-
his-
he
a
is.
Cubs fan, but if they're telling you got to give another player, and you're like, no, it's not him. You got to be able to provide somebody else.
It's not Javi.
You got to say somebody
Who would it
else
be?
then. You can't just say it's not him.
All right, let me know when the Cubs trade Baez and he's literally a team offers him in 2 seconds after him being on the market. Then we'll
Huh?
see if he's overrated.
What are you saying?
Because every team would want him because they're stupid. Because they think he's good.
Because he is good.
No, he isn't.
This is what I mean. You should not be talking bad about the Cubs.
Baez sucks.
You hurt my
I'm
my
getting
heart
dumber
sometimes.
listening.
What is he
We
hitting?
are, and our viewers are getting dumber too. We're glad to have everyone back.
And by everyone, they mean me, and we lost 2 people.
And well, I mean, our viewers back. We're glad to bring you this presentation again of Wildcasters TV. We'll be back next week with another segment. And credits to this closing photo that you're about to see. Please do the instructions. That was our friend, a friend of the show, Jeff Smith. Thank you for making that image. Awesome job.
What?
And
Jeff.
you'll see it on the show. So have
The
a good
big
week.
Kahuna provided something
Yes,
for
he
us?
did. He's a fan of the show, and he asked me if we needed any images, and there it is. So thank you for watching, and there's the regular show.
If you would like to fuck Kevin straight up the ass because he's so handsome, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.